How do you find the job you want even during a pandemic? Deb Squire is a career pivot professional who has guided over 5,000 adults to find meaningful work, often after they have lost a job. And we are going to speak with her on this edition of Sisterhood of the Second Act. Thank you for being with us, Deb. You are a career pivot professional. What is that?
Well, my passion all my life has been guiding adults to find their natural talents and find meaningful work. I think we don't focus enough on natural talents as we're growing up. And as today, career pivot is where our world is, not career paths. There's lots of different things that we have to do, and COVID has proved that to us, that careers are about pivoting and being able to be flexible and doing new and different things. I believe that there are many versions of you, and they are all right. You can be as successful doing A as you can be doing Z. It's just a matter of what of your talents you want to use most and where you want to use them right now.
So how do you help people find their talents?
Well, I have a number of exercises that I use with people, and one of my natural talents is helping people identify their natural talents. So it just comes to me naturally. And some of the assignments are, one of the first ones I have people do is to ask 10 people in your life that you've worked with, and it can be volunteer work, what do you see me as particularly good at? I adamantly believe that we take our most sellable skills for granted because they're such a part of who we are. Another assignment that I give people or have them think about is when somebody says, "Oh, you're so good at that," you might say thank you, but inside you're going, "What?" and roll your eyes. That means they saw some talent in you. Or what do people come and ask you advice for? They've seen some talents in you that you haven't seen in yourself.
And then how do you help an individual find a job?
There are a number of different ways of finding a job, and a lot of people don't use the most effective ways. First of all, most people don't realize that less than 10% of the people who were hired last year initially found their job on a job board. So people will go on job boards and search and search and search and say, there's nothing out there that matches me. I do a workshop, it's my flagship workshop that I've done for thousands of people called Uncovering the Hidden Job Market, and it's a 7-step process on how to identify those jobs that match you the best. And that's where your talents and skills are most used. Another thing is to understand that it's really not about you, it's about the employer. It's how you can add value to that employer. Our whole system and the way it's set up makes us think it's about us, but it's not at all. How can you add value to that employer? And another thing we say in the field is it's not who you know or what you know, it is who knows what you know.
So are things different during the pandemic?
Yes, things have changed some. Certainly everything is more virtual. There's more virtual hiring, there's more virtual interviewing, and I think a lot of that is going to continue. There's more virtual work from home, lots more opportunities to be at home working if that's what you choose to do. And we look at right now in our field, we talk about the K-shaped recovery, which is there will be lots of jobs that will explode and there will be just as many jobs that disappear. And so it's a matter of keeping attuned to which ones are exploding and which ones are disappearing, which is one of my passions, is to keep up with the trends. I probably spend 5-8 hours a week just looking at trends in careers and jobs.
So do you see some of these changes as permanent because of the pandemic?
I think a lot of the changes will be permanent. I think that it's going to be a whole different world.
Okay, well, thank you. And how can people find out more about you and your services that you offer?
So one of the best ways is to go on LinkedIn my LinkedIn profile. I'm very pleased with that. I'm working on my website right now, and that'll be debsquire.com. So that will be up and running soon. I also post workshops and articles that I find very interesting in the field, both on LinkedIn and on Facebook, so you might be able to see me there. And I also am a leader of a volunteer group called Back on the Path, which is a job finding ministry sponsored by Cave Spring Methodist Church. And we have Zoom meetings on Tuesday nights at 7 o'clock. And if you Google Back on the Path, you can find us, and we'll send you a link to that particular organization.
Deb, thank you for joining us on Sisterhood of the Second Act.
Thank you for inviting me to share.